And I will point out the Mystic Key Door when I come across it. Oh, okay, so we know the Ghasties don't have their poison attack. Because Imps have it. They have Thunder, which doesn't bite quite as hard. So really, if they wanted to make this dungeon scary, they should pack it with Imps. Actually, 9 Imps would still be a scary fight, even at my levels. Because, I mean, if they act before you in the battle, then you're taking a bunch of damage. Even with ribbons, that poison can still hurt quite a lot. So we'll fight the Phantom. There's 2 treasure boxes in the Phantom room. I mean, there's 2 more treasure boxes later in. There's one on the fire floor. But it's way out of the way. And then there's the Mazmune box, which obviously we're not going to check, because that's way out of the way. Big damage on Lars and Sam? I don't like Badmans. I think we'll use this opportunity to heal a little bit. Okay, Slow didn't hit the 2 people that we actually care about it hitting. So this fight should go pretty quick. And Lars never did get his magic charges, unfortunately. Oh, he did! He's got 1 ruse he can use. Just some gold. Mazmune? Oh my god, it's actually something we want. Okay, no, this is... It's actually something we can put to use. So... yeah, I mean... that's pretty good. That's essentially like having an extra ribbon. This door right here is locked with a Mystic Key. In a standard run of the game, you would never notice, because you just... oh, you can't... oh, you can still heal with this. Because you just walk through the door. You're not going to talk to every door to check which ones are locked. I'm sure some player did back in the day. Went through the whole game talking to every door just to see. But... what is just a silly bit of trivia in the vanilla game, oh, there's a Mystic Key Door in the last dungeon, becomes, like, crucial in Randomizer, because it means you need that crown. Worst case scenario is... let's see, what would the worst case scenario be? I can give Goat the heal staff so she can keep healing. Actually, I'll do that. Like, I think the worst case scenario is that the crown is in the Marsh Cave, and then some item you need to complete the game. Oh, I don't want to equip that staff. Ew. Like the slab or something is in one of the locked doors of the Marsh Cave. So you gotta go in the Marsh Cave to get the crown, go out, kill Astos, get the key, do all that stuff, then go back to the Marsh Cave later. Because it's probably gonna be like the last place you check. Is the bottom of the Marsh Cave. There are 4 locked rooms. 3 of them have treasures. It's just ridiculous. I personally have not had a seed like that, but as I'm recording this, there's actually a Final Fantasy Randomizer race tournament on the Twitch speed gaming channels. That's been incredibly interesting to watch. I'm addicted to the speed gaming channels now. The Randomizer races are so good. But I would love to see a Randomizer race that has that. Where you gotta go into the Marsh Cave to get your crown. And, like, put it way... like, actually put it in the wizard chest. Like, the crown is in the regular spot. And then you gotta go back there later. I'm gonna win this fight. It's gonna take longer to try to run from it, I think. We'll just win the fight. We'll just win it. And then we'll heal up for Lich, just in case Lich has nuke. Lich does have nuke in the vanilla game. But remember, the last those 6 monsters, the last 5 bosses plus the Warmech, all their stuff is randomized amongst each other, and there is some nasty stuff. Chaos alone has Inferno, Swirl. Does he have Crack? I think he has Crack. We're pretty well protected against that kind of stuff, but I mean, there's also 2 nukes and a nuclear ready to go. The other thing that's randomized that most players, myself included, won't notice are the random encounter tables. The random encounter tables are not random in Final Fantasy 1. You know what? I should do this. Yeah, there we go. So you could actually memorize the random encounter tables if you want to put that much into it. And a lot of speedrunners do. But the randomizer can randomize the random encounter tables. We're going to go with Fire 3. He's weak against it. He's got the lowest hit points out of these fiends. Okay, I like that. That's a good way to start this fight off. There we go. For the other fiends, we're going to have Pyle start with his power gauntlet, though. This floor has 1 treasure on it. Can I run from this? I don't think I can run from this. Yeah, I don't think you can run from the red D. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's actually very interesting. Not normally an encounter you'd see. So the reason the random encounter list is useful, though, for vanilla players is there are encounters that vanilla players are very unlikely to see, because the random encounter list is 128 entries long. So every map in the game, or if you're on the overworld, every block of the overworld has 128 random encounters in order. A useful one in particular is on the oceans, out and about in the world. The #1 spot is always a battle with Kaizokus. And Kaizokus drop a lot of gold, so what you can do is save your game in the inn, do a hard power cycle, or go fight Kaizokus, then do a hard power cycle, and then when you go out on the ocean, you'll immediately fight more Kaizokus. It just always works, because of the way the random encounter tables work. Some enemies you're just very unlikely to ever encounter, though, because we've already killed enough of these Agamas. We'll let these guys go. Because they're so deep in that random encounter list, you don't fight, for example, Iron Golems on the last floor of the Temple of the Fiends down here. You won't even run into them until you're like 60 or 70 battles or more down in the random encounter lists. Like, even if you know where they are and you try to force the battle, it's not likely to happen. Okay, so you attack. You're going to use your power. I don't want to fast against him, but I do want to... I got 5 shots of this. We'll use one of these here. And I did buy Temper, so you can have a Temper. But we want to save fast. 1 for Kraken and 1 for Chaos. The big damage roll on Carry. Below Absorb, it looks like. Or maybe that was just a crazy amount of critical hits. Yeah, I guess we'll nuke here. Because the rest of the fiends, I think it's going to be Temper on his turns. Temper on Pyle will be better than nuke. No problem on Carry. No problem at all. Alright, Kraken. Here's the problem with Kraken, is he gets 8 hits, and if he gets a critical hit, he can one-shot weak party members. Lars and Pyle are probably safe. I gotta fight this. Lars and Pyle are probably safe. In fact, they're almost surely safe. But on the first turn, I'm going to have Lars ruse. I'm going to have Pyle use his defense. I'm going to have Goat cast Inv 2 to try to take the bite out of Kraken's hits. Because it's almost guaranteed Kraken has really powerful hits. The only way he doesn't is if he rolled really low attack power. And even then, he gets enough hits that a critical hit is still dangerous. I lose this gamble if Kraken rolls Nuke and spams it on me, because I've wasted a round buffing when buffing isn't necessary. I can probably survive 1 round of Nuke, maybe 2, but even with ribbons, after 2 rounds, my Light Warriors are going to start dwindling pretty quick. Lots of heal potions left, though. Okay, so you use your 1 ruse spell, you use your defense, you cast Inv 2, and we're gonna fast here. We want to take Kraken down quick. Oh, there's that big hit. You see why we did that now. Alright, so attack, attack. We don't have any... I should have bought Cure 4, at least. It wasn't level 8. I should have bought it, so I had it for a situation like this. Oh, well. And now we're going to Temper. You know what? We are going to Nuke. Because that could be like 300 damage if we need it, and we might need it. I wouldn't want to Temper Pyle and then have Pyle go down after the next attack here. Never mind. Kraken was pretty weak. No problem. So we might get an Iron Golem fight down here. Probably not, but you never know. You never know. One of these bosses will have Cure 4 as well, because that's a Chaos thing. Oh, we're going to max hit points, don't you worry. Not quite max, because it's not worth using a heal potion for one thing. Okay, so you don't have Ruse anymore, so you're going to go ahead and power. You're going to Invis 2. You're going to... not fast, you're going to Temper, and then we'll have him nuke thereafter. Alright, Tiamat, we got ribbons, we got an Aegis shields, plenty of hit points. I'm not really worried about whatever it is you're packing. Yeah, not worried about it. Whatever you gotta do, man. One level 8 fast for Chaos. And it's delightful. Come on, Pyle. Decent. Decent. Yeah, just go ahead and heal staff. Why not? I'm going to save those tempers. We'll use one more here, and then I'll use the last one. I used the last... oh, man. Even Tiamat rolled low hit points. I think she's supposed to have like 1,100 hit points in vanilla. One for the road, eh, guys? The vampires are like, we want one more. Just get in there and look all Bela Lugosi. It was wonderful. I hope you guys had fun. This was a cakewalk of a temple. I mean, the levels are pretty real. We fought a lot of Agamas, and Pyle especially. But it could have been a lot worse. We could have been looking down the barrel of just a million nukes. I mean, I might be speaking too soon. Chaos might have all the nastiness, but even if Chaos spams nukes, I think we're still going to be okay. Alright, you don't have anything, so attack. I want you to defense once. I want you to inv 2. You go ahead and burn up fast. Alright, there we go. Level 8 fast. How about that? We found a use for level 8 magic. Fast is the best spell in the game by far. It's not even a contest. No other spell in this game comes even remotely close. we'll use up these tempers. So a level 8 charge of fast, it's probably still worth doing. It's going to make Pyle pretty powerful. It's going to make this fight go pretty quick. We're going to go ahead and continue to use Inv 2 here. Oh, he's got none left. Okay, Thorhammer, I guess. I got one nuke left. Ooh, good nuke roll, too. There you go, Pyle. There's the 700 damage. We never did get him to do his 8 hits. The Agamas were just a little too beefy to get to 8 hits. But hey, you know what? I'll take a 700 damage hit. Go ahead with Ice 3 now. We'll just work our way down the lists. Looks like Chaos is not packing anything. Got a lot of hit points, though. A lot of hit points. He sure does. What if that 27 damage Thor hammer was what brought Chaos down? That would just be miserable, wouldn't it? No, it's going to be the 650 damage black belt. Alright. That was a pretty decent seed. Like I said, it was just trolly enough that you know you're playing the rando, you know. Maybe it was for the best we didn't get level 1 or level 2, nuke, fade, that kind of stuff. I would have liked Goat to have rolled something better, though. The white magic just was not up to snuff this run. An early exit is the dream because a level 2 or 3 exit is awesome. It makes exploring the dungeons a lot easier. You can take a lot more risks. You can go a lot deeper. It doesn't quite make unappetizing dungeons more palatable. You're still not going to want to go into the ice cave, but if you have to go into the ice cave, it makes it better. One cool trick is if you get an early warp spell going into the ice cave, and if you have to go in the ice cave, what you can do is jump down the hole just before the undead fight, you know, on your way to the floater. But before you move, cast warp, and it'll bring you back up a level, and you'll be able to check the floater chest because you jump down the hole next to the floater chest. Warp always brings you back to the last screen transition that you went through, so you end up standing on the hole next to the floater chest, facing the floater chest. You can just open it right from there, and then you can use the rest of your warp to get out of the dungeon. So you can shorten the ice cave considerably with a warp spell, and you can't do that with an exit spell because an exit spell brings you all the way out of the dungeon. Moot point, because A, we didn't get warp or exit early enough, and B, we didn't have to go into the ice cave at all. I'm glad I got to share the Final Fantasy I randomizer. I really hope they continue developing on this. I think there's a lot more potential in this randomizer in future versions. I would love to see them randomize NPC items, stuff like the rod, the loot, all that stuff, mix it in with the treasure pool. Like if you take all of the plot progression items, all of the NPC items, and then like the Mazmune, the 3 ribbons, and put all of those items in one pool, I think that would make for a good randomizer. And then of course, eventually I'd love to see a map randomizer. Teleports going to the wrong places, not necessarily redrawing all the maps the way that like Zelda 2 and Dragon Warrior randomizers work, but just the screen transitions going to the wrong places, I think could be a very interesting take on the game. I don't know if this will ever get to that point, but I do know that it is in active development and has a very active speedrunning community. If you enjoyed watching me run through this and talking about it, there's going to be a link down in the doobly-doo if you want to download Final Fantasy Randomizer and check it out for yourself. Again, I don't recommend that unless you're very familiar with the game. If you want to get familiar with the game, play Dawn of Souls first, then go back and play the NES version, and then maybe you'll be ready for the randomizer. Or whatever, don't take my advice, just jump straight into rando. It's your funeral, whatever you want to do, man. So we might be revisiting this in the future. If the randomizer gets new elements added, new options, as crazy as it gets, I know Final Fantasy 1 well enough that I can handle it. Whatever this randomizer decides to throw at me, however crazy they're gonna get with it, I'll be here. And hopefully you will too. Thanks for watching, guys. At this point, I'm just killing time. I'm waiting for the end screen. This ending is always so much longer than I'm expecting. My goodness. May the orbs always shine. The capitalized orbs. If you don't capitalize your orb, what the hell are you even doing here? Maybe I should title this Let's Play, How to Beat Final Fantasy 1 Without Going to the Ice Cave. Clickbait life hack. That'll get me some views, right? Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Brickroad. I'll see you next episode.
Shoutouts to Sarutka for sponsoring this video, and to everybody who helps make my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.